What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here at GameOut Gaming. I'm your host, Marquez, and welcome to Off the Grid. Now, with Off the Grid, we have had our update finally. We have had a big update, so let's go ahead and go through some of the patch notes and see what we got. Now, finally, I would say cross-platform friend system, the cross-platform invites. Now, cross-platform friend system has arrived on Teardrop. Invite fellow other zeros and play in a party with them, no matter the platform they are on. So we finally have those those cross-platform invites, so we can invite everybody from every system. Something I say we should have had in the beginning, but here it is now. We have a new XP value. Both the XP required for each level and all sources of account XP have been increased and rebalanced. We have new Omni hexes. Now, Omni hexes are added to the traditional hexes found in and extracted in game. They guarantee a certain item rarity and can contain any item type. Omni hexes come in 3 rarities. The first one is common, which gives a 70% chance to contain a common item. You also have a 30% chance for an uncommon or better. We have an uncommon, which gives an 80% chance to contain an uncommon item and a 20% chance for a rare or better. We have a rare, which gives a 90% chance to contain a rare item and a 10% chance for an epic item. And then there's epic, which guarantees an epic item. So I'm not sure where they're saying 3. There's actually 4 of them with that epic included. So your existing hexes remain functional. Omni hexes are stored separately in a new Omni hex tab for future rewards. Now for the player level up rewards, players now earn Omni hexes when leveling up. You earn a common hex for every level, an uncommon hex every 5th level, rare hex for every 25th level, and epic hex for every 100th level. Extracting hex rewards. Now when extracting hexes in game, rarity matters more. So for commons, you're gonna just get the hex. For the uncommon, you're gonna get plus 20% for the player XP, plus 3 for the battle pass XP, plus 20 points, Now for the rare, you're going to get plus 40 player points for the XP and 6 for the battle pass. And for epics, you get 60 player points and 8 battle pass XP points. Now for matchmaking, players can now select only one matchmaking region at a time. Matchmaking times are now more accurately displayed. For gameplay, melee. We've reworked the melee system. Players now dash slightly toward targets when attacking. The melee is kind of funny too as well. It's hilarious. For the aim assist, they've improved rotational smoothing to be frame rate independent. Added absolute aim assist strength values in settings. Aim assist now decreases or disables on ghosted targets based on their speed. Aim assist now functions through destructible glass. They've decreased sensitivity assist to 50% from 60%. And they've increased rotational assist to 50% on PC. It was 40%. It remains 60% on console. Now for the aiming, they replaced gamepad aim sensitivity with a uniform multiplier default 50%. The movement, they added weapon unholster animation during jetpack land rolls. They've increased vault and climb speeds, added midair sprint to smooth out the camera experience, added slight falling air resistance above max sprint speed, and they fixed various jetpack related camera, visual, and audio bugs. Miscellaneous work, they simplify loot containers to regular and treasure variants. They've implemented 20% currency burn on character death, fixed issue where a knock team wouldn't fully die if their last adrenal shot teammate was eliminated. They fixed quick quick order drone loadout crates from falling through the floor. They've also resolved camera spawning under the terrain during pre-match, fixed a bug where players appear legless after equipping legs just before despawn. Let me see here. They've restored missing visual effects, electric sparks, and steam on the limb accelerator backpack. They've improved interaction, so players now face the DJ terminal correctly. They've improved hex extractor range to fix edge case interaction issues. Fixed hex terminal appearing half open on initial approach. They fixed bounty hunter targets missions not being assigned. Fixed Skynav teammate progress not updating. Improved the UX in the Skynav interface. They fixed loot not dropping from the first crate in Cyberlimb Hunt. And they fixed incorrect reward distribution and removed unintended map markers in Cyberlimb Hunt. Now for the Cyberlimbs, the Ripper, they have its general damage from a Ripper hit is now 200 HP instead of 250 HP. Localized severing points have been implemented. So now an arm can be severed if it receives 100% damage to the arm limb. Legs, they maintains the current logic where strikes at or below the knee can sever the limb, can also be severed if it receives 100 damage to the leg limb. Now the Ripper does 90% of the hit limb max health as damage to that limb. So pretty much the Ripper blade has been decreased in damage. For the Road Runners, overall maximum sprint speed reduced by 30%, resulting in 170% sprint speed. It's going to be 100% base plus 70% from the Road Runners. Now for the Paralyzer, this is where I like it. The Paralyzer, the center of the scan zone has been moved from the player to the dart. The dart is now the primary projectile that provides wall hack and can disable enemy limbs on contact. Enemies who trigger the Paralyzer effect are no longer highlighted by the recon drone after the effect ends. Now upon activation, the Paralyzer now immediately fires the dart instead of triggering a scan. The dart emits scanning waves identical to the original scan while present. If the dart hits an enemy, the source of the scan becomes that enemy. The dart attaches to the enemy only during the limb switching off field effect. After the effect ends, the dart detaches and continues scanning from its detachment point. The Paralyzer scan radius for characters has been reduced to 25 meters, and the Paralyzer no longer highlights the enemy character directly, but marks the last scan hit location with a red silhouette. The Paralyzer has been reworked and in my opinion is greatly improved. There's been so many people that's been using the Paralyzer, and I've been saying I would say abusing the Paralyzer effect. So I enjoy the rework of what they did with this Paralyzer. Great job off the grid. Now let's move on to the recon drone. Enemies are now visible for 4 seconds, followed by 2 seconds of invisibility in a continuous cycle. Fixed recon drone spawning inside or through walls. For miscellaneous work, they've implemented slide, slowdown for slugger, and removed the ability to cancel slides with the abilities. Cyberlimb activation now interrupts crouching. They fixed item consumption exploit during Hammerhead's cancel. Fixed Hammerhead's forcing movement mode through root motion. Fixed phosphor Fury's fire radius and overlap detection to match visual. They fixed the Ripper vertical dash distance being too short. For the weapons, they've improved weapons staying equipped on limb loss. They have done that. I can vouch for that. Fixed switching weapons in inventory, not updating the active weapon. They've addressed hipfire movement block not working when legless. fixed weapon names and rarities displaying incorrect grammar in certain languages. They fix misaligned UI boxes in the weapon attachments menu. They fix missing ammo display in weapon inventory slots. Fixed invisible FPV scope after shoulder switching without aiming. Fixed stat mismatches between attachment descriptions and values. They fix input buffering on weapon charge when holding LMB. They fixed invisible FPV scope when spectating an aiming player. Fixed an invisible FPV scope when spectating an aiming player. Fixed magazine mesh floating behind player after switching during reload. They fix incorrect attachment names in the UI. Fix issue preventing weapon replacement in secondary slot if one arm was missing. They fix missing spectator camera shape. Fixed out of bounds text on weapon comparison tooltips. Remove redundant text box. Now let's see, for the sound, they have added voice lines for attaching trip mines to enemy trip mines using the trip mine limb. They've added SFX and VFX when melee limbs strike kinetic shields. Added hideout music tracks 8 through 11. Updated music preview scenes and synced combat DJ terminal visuals to music beats. They fixed a trailer bug where audio cut out when pressing X while using the right stick. They've added sound shapes and polish for Midtown Harbor. Synced ability activation with correct sound cues. They've added audio feedback for picking up legendary weapons. They've added audio feedback for picking up legendary weapons. That's what it says. UI and settings. Updated loadout screen layout. Fixed sign-in issues when switching to full screen from custom windowed mode. Added performance/fidelity toggle. They fixed sliders/toggles not responding after restoring defaults on controller. They fixed new item tag not disappearing in the appearance menu. They've resolved multiple D-pad navigation bugs. They fixed cutoff cyberlimb/backpack descriptions in DE and FR languages. Fixed cooldown timer in spectator ping UI skipping a second. They fixed the backpack slot roles not updating after switching backpacks. They fixed inventory menu flickering when holding tab. Fixed item description text overlapping in non-English UIs. Players can now tap A to drop weapons instead of holding. Updating compass for clarity. Fixed death marker delay on minimap now appears instantly. They fixed challenges not appearing after server reconnect. They fixed ping issues when targeting players or names. They fixed last death marker not being pingable. Major UI texture optimizations for the HUD, lobby, and emotes. And they fixed rebindable buttons not resetting properly. Alright, let's see. For the lobby, they fixed support hand posing issues with underbarrel attachments. Fixed previewing unknown items clearing equipped slots. They fixed smoke, visual effects, and lobby resetting after returning from Hex tab. Fixed blurry UI elements at 16:9 resolution regardless of DLSS FSR. Updated VER sockets and assigned proper finger poses in lobby. They fixed regional pricing showing under OTG Pro if providers were disabled. Fixed overlapping voiceovers during content pack previews. Fixed character rotation issues in preview scenes. They fixed navigation bugs in combat DJ and lobby music tabs. They fixed redirection errors in OTG Pro and marketplace links. They fixed combat DJ music source being misaligned with echo effects. And fixed tutorial skip only working if tutorial was skipped earlier. Now, optimization, they've optimized animation behavior after ability ends. Optimize item catalog load times. Default frame rate cap set to 60 on Xbox and PS5. For crashes, fixed multiple console specific crashes. They fixed potential server crash causes. They fixed crash related to phosphorus dart typo. And for localizations, they've optimized collisions in Osio, Salty, Little Kiev, and Midtown Harbor. They've polished lighting in Osio. And for various general localization fixes, and they've added polish across multiple systems. So there you have it. These are the patch notes for the latest update for Off the Grid, and in my opinion, it's great. I've been playing so far, and I've loved every moment of this update. Now, in my opinion, the best work they've done was with the limbs. The Ripper Blade, I don't think the Ripper Blade needed any work done, but I'm not against what they did to it. I understand it was ripping too many limbs and taking a lot of damage. But the Paralyzer as well as the Road Runners, those would be one of the bigger things I would say they've updated. There's so many people using that Paralyzer and, in my opinion, abusing that thing. So let's go ahead and rework that. Recon drone as well. So good job, Off the Grid. Good job, Gunzilla, whoever idea that was. Thank you. But that's gonna be it. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on this new update? What do you like about it? What do you dislike? I've been hearing a lot of dislikes with the Road Runners, but excuse me, it comes with I guess the clans that's been using the Road Runners. So myself, I don't use them, so it's no effect for me. But what about yourself? So leave that in the comments. Let me know. We can go ahead and talk about that. Thank everybody for joining me here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can always stay up to date with the latest news, tips, tricks, information, everything we have here at GameOut Gaming 4 Off the Grid. We're almost at 300 subscribers. Appreciate you guys very much for joining us always. Until next time, y'all, peace out.
He on some trouble. No, he on the bottom.
Oh, I think it's another one. I hear him. I don't know where he went to.
All right.